Manav suddenly finds himself there with some police officers. The police officers take Mrs. Rao into custody and put her in jail for 4 days. Manav, carrying Siya in his arms, leaves the place. All the bodyguards who came with him follow behind. No one standing there has the courage to say anything. After they leave, Dadaji asks his assistant to take him to his room to listen to him. The assistant takes him to his room. Ragini goes to her father and says, "Papa, go save Mom now. Mom shouldn't go to jail. This is not good. How will she stay there?" Then, looking at her brothers standing nearby, she says, "Why are you all standing here? Stop them from taking Mom away. Ola, you are so powerful. Can't you save Mom? Save her." No one says anything. First, Ram quickly calls his lawyer, explaining the entire situation and asking him to come directly to the police station. Then he quickly leaves. Moore and Mr. Aogi go with him. At that moment, only Naksh and Ragini were left there. Naksh was in a very bad mood, so he tells Ragini, "We will handle everything. You go to your room." Saying this, he goes upstairs to his room without waiting for Ragini's response. In the car, Siya is still sitting quietly in Manav's lap. Neither has Manav asked her anything, nor has she said anything. Both are sitting silently in the car, and the vehicle is speeding towards its destination. Meanwhile, Mrs. Rao has been brought to the police station and locked up in a jail. There were other women there, some arrested for theft and others for fighting in public places. They were kept with her. When the women inside saw Mrs. Rao, they immediately recognized that she was from a wealthy family. One of the women stepped forward, circling around Mrs. Rao, looking her up and down, and said, "Hey, you look like you come from a rich house? Or is it just surface-level glamour? Tell the truth. What did you do that brought you here?" "I was caught pickpocketing. That's why I'm here." "What did you do? Did you steal something, or did you vandalize something, or did you kill someone?" She was asking such questions when Mrs. Rao, in anger, said, "Shut up. Absolutely shut up. You have no right to question me, understand? And don't talk to me like that, or else, before she could finish, the woman pushes her. Due to the push, Mrs. Rao falls back against the wall. The woman comes closer, almost pulling her hair, and says, "Now you won't talk loudly in front of me. Got it? Otherwise, I know how to deal with someone like you. So, don't mess with me. I am the literature reader here, so respect me, or else you will regret it, and no one will be able to help you. Understand? So, just stay quiet." Mrs. Rao was experiencing something like this for the first time in her life, so she got scared and curled up in a corner. At that moment, her whole body was trembling, and she was thinking about her condition. This was all running through her mind. She was blaming only and only Siya for all this. She felt that it was Siya who had put her in this situation. Siya was responsible for her seeing the inside of a jail for the first time in her life and dealing with such women. Thinking all this, she was muttering to herself and cursing Siya. She was so angry with herself that she started pulling her own hair. Seeing her do this, the other women were laughing at her. Just then, 4 or 5 lawyers suddenly arrive at the police station. Mr. Rao and Ram also come with them. They ask the inspector to bail Mrs. Rao out, but he says, "Sorry, sir. The bail time has expired. You can only get bail tomorrow." Hearing this, Ram angrily says, "How can it not be possible? We have all the documents. Get my mother out of jail right now." Saying this, when he sees his mother's condition, he immediately goes to her and starts trying to comfort her. But she keeps repeating the same thing, that she wants to be taken out of there immediately, as she doesn't feel good there. This all happened because of Siya. She will never forgive her. This is what she kept muttering. When the lawyers talk to the police officers, the officers say, "Look, sir, the time for granting bail has long passed. That's why you can only get bail the next day." Hearing this, the lawyer says, "But tomorrow is Sunday." The police officer replies, "Then you will have to wait another day, because the court is closed on Monday, and all proceedings cannot be completed without a court order. That's why I can't do anything." Hearing this, everyone was very angry, but they couldn't do anything. It wasn't that the Ravan family had no power. They had power, but the order to not release the woman locked up in jail quickly and to not grant bail did not come from their senior, but from her father, Manav Bajaj. And none of them had the courage to go against Manav Bajaj or refuse him. The Ravan family understood this well, but they felt very helpless. Manav goes straight to the villa. There were already 4 or 5 doctors present. Also, Leela Auntie was a bit worried. As soon as she sees Siya sitting quietly in Manav's lap, she immediately comes to her and asks, "What happened?" But Siya doesn't respond. Manav takes her straight to her room and sits her on the bed. He orders the doctor to treat her hand and tells Leela Auntie to prepare something for Siya to eat, and everyone immediately gets to work. The entire villa's servants were worried because they had seen Siya's pale face and her cold body, which looked completely different from how she was when she was brought there. They did not like Siya in that condition at all. They liked the Siya who laughed, smiled, always talked, and played pranks. So they all came together to make her favorite food first and made some other preparations as well. After Siya's hand was treated, they left. Leela Auntie was standing outside the room with food. Manav takes the plate from her hand and tells her to rest, and he goes to Siya. Sitting next to Siya, he feeds her with his own hands. After feeding her, he puts the dishes aside and sits down next to her. For a while, no one says anything, but slowly Siya shifts closer to him, hugging him. Manav also sits there, hugging her without saying anything. Neither of them said anything, nor did they ask anything. They just held each other in silence. Meanwhile, Manav was gently stroking Sia's head, but Siya was also quietly listening to the heartbeat of Manav, feeling a connection between their hearts.